Who's first?
And what does it feel like to be able to promote and co-promote the richest fight in the history of the sport?
It feels pretty crazy. We were just talking, you know, Floyd and I have a lot of history for over 20 years. And, you know, to be here today talking about this fight is crazy. And, you know, I've been in the fight business for a very long time. And this is the biggest fight ever in combat sports history, in any sport. And, yeah, it's cool. It's weird and it's fun.
Dana,
it's going to be fun.
Is that a word you would use to describe today?
What's that?
Historic. Is that a
historic? Oh, that's even better than all the dumb words I chose. Yeah, historic is great. Yeah, it's a historic fight. You know what I love about this fight? This isn't a fight that I went out and tried to promote. This isn't a fight that I tried to make. This is a fight that I actually resisted in the beginning. But this thing, between the media and the fans, that's how this fight was built. And you know how I am. I love giving people the fights they want to see. This is one of them, so let's do it.
And anywhere I went, anywhere Floyd's went, that's all everybody's talked about. You know, at least 10 to 15 people have asked me today, prior to us doing our thing, it's like, hey, you guys gonna do that? You gonna make it happen? And this is a daily, ongoing thing. Nowhere, any country I go to, anywhere, old, young, people just asking, are you guys gonna make that fight happen?
Me too. That was the most asked question I've had the last 3 months. Now everybody's asking me, how can I get tickets?
T-Mobile or MGM Grand Garden?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Okay.
How did that change? Because they applied for MGM Grand Arena, right? Like for the commission this morning.
What's the question?
They were trying to do it at the MGM Grand Arena this morning, like for the commission. You know,
Well, the thing is too, these guys do lots of other fights and they have other promotional stuff going on, and we were, you know, working on a couple of different dates, and the August date is the one that ended up working out the best for everybody. I have a ton of fights coming up. You know, there's a lot of other things going on, and August 26th traditionally has been a great pay-per-view date for us. So it's a home run. It works for everybody.
No brainer.
Dana, you said on SportsCenter that they were great to work with. The deal came together kind of easier than you thought it would. Was there any sticking point at any time, or you thought maybe this deal wouldn't come together?
No. First of all, I've had a relationship with him for a long time. He's a great guy, smart guy, good businessman. Al Heyman, which we were both just talking about on the way down here, is awesome, awesome guy. And Floyd has been in the game for a long time, smart. You know, in our business, I deal with a lot more unsophisticated people than dealing with these guys. So it was actually much better than I could have ever imagined.
Is there an A side to this fight?
And my sentiments are the same, because obviously in the boxing world it gets crazy as hell. So it's very refreshing to deal with a team, obviously with Dana out front, leading the way, who's had a tremendous amount of success in our industry, you know, the pay-per-view industry. And you know, he has a great organization, a great team of people that he's been working with. You guys have a very well-oiled machine, and it's really going to be exciting to be working with you guys. You know, Conor, I think he's a terrific guy. He's funny as hell to me. You know, I get a kick out of any and everything I see, because he reminds me so much of Floyd. You know, so what better way to kick this thing off with the biggest star in UFC and the biggest star in all of boxing.
Is there an A side to this fight? Because Floyd likes to consider himself the A side in every single fight he is. Is that the case here?
Floyd is the A side. Come on, man.
Now let's talk about Conor whooping Floyd's ass.
And also, what about the undercard? I did hear Body Jack may be fighting on it.
Well, we're playing with a lot of different things, but it will be a tremendous undercard, and that all that information will be forthcoming. But the focus, obviously, is Mayweather versus McConnell.
Leonard, Dana, with today being the announcement, have we talked to Floyd and Conor in the last few hours? And if so, what's, after this has become public, how the excitement for them, what have they been saying?
I talked to Conor this morning, and he's beyond excited. And you know, he's the type of guy who absolutely 100% believes in himself, believes in his abilities. I mean, even in the Jose Aldo fight, he was talking about knocking Jose Aldo out in the first round, and you know, everybody's like, oh, that's ridiculous, and you know, the fight lasted 13 seconds. So I stopped doubting Conor McGregor. He's pumped. He's ready to go. And
do you guys think this fight's going to break any pay-per-view record?
I do. I think it's going to break. Not only will it break the pay-per-view records in the United States, I think it'll break the record in the UK, Australia, Canada, and everywhere else that there's pay-per-view. This is going to be the difference between this fight and the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight is Conor's reach, you know, globally is massive, and when you talk about, it's always about two guys. When you talk about two guys in a fight, you know, you got Floyd Mayweather, arguably the greatest of all time, undefeated, you know, 49-0, and you got Conor McGregor, who is by far, like he said, the biggest star in mixed martial arts. This is a fight that the world will be watching.
What will the price point be on the pay-per-view?
We haven't got all that stuff together. Tickets and all that stuff we're working on now.
Forthcoming.
We got a deal done. The deal is done. Now we got to handle all the business.
Do you see it being more towards the UFC prices or the Pacquiao prices?
I would have to assume it's going to be more like the Pacquiao price. You know, this is when you think about when you talk about a super fight, right? We always talk super fight, super fight. This is a super fight. Yeah, this is a super fight.
This is the fight where all the Hollywood stars come out, Jay-Z's, the Puffys, the Beyoncé's, you know, all the Hollywood actors. You know, this is it. All the NBA stars. This is it. It gets no bigger than this, and it will be a star-studded affair. This will be the biggest event ever. Everyone will be talking about this for years to come.
Now, Floyd released a promotional sort of video. UFC was not on there. Is UFC?
This is a Mayweather-McGregor promotion. This is not a UFC event. Showtime distributes Floyd's fights. Showtime will distribute the fight, and there's going to be a few other. Obviously, we're going to do some things for the fight too. Embedded, we will do embedded for this fight, and some of the other things that we do for UFC fights. But yeah. This is not a UFC promotion.
Daniel, will there be an international kind of a press tour, or pretty much US? Or
we're working on that now too.
Yeah, we're working on that.
What about Conor? What can you tell us about, do you think he's going to come back to MMA after that?
I talked to him this morning. He wants to fight Floyd Mayweather on August 26th, and he wants to defend his title this year too. So he'll fight twice this year.
How the division will be while he's away for this fight?
For the Floyd fight, yeah. 154 pounds.
And for the lightweight division in the UFC, do you have any other plans for that division? Yeah,
he's going to defend the title this year.
Possibly Madison Square Garden, or?
I would like that. That wouldn't suck. Yeah.
Daniel, does Conor have the skill set to even hang with McGregor? What are your thoughts on that?
Does Conor have the skill set to hang with Mayweather?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Floyd's 40 years old. He hasn't fought in almost 3 years. Okay. 2 years. He traditionally doesn't do well against southpaws. He's undefeated, but if you want to look at the kink in the armor, we look at southpaws. Conor is a southpaw. Conor is 27 years old, and Conor is a knockout artist. Okay. All the guys that thought that Conor couldn't hurt him, every time he touches guys, they fall. The question is, can he touch Floyd Mayweather? In a 12-round fight, can he get in and can he connect with Floyd Mayweather? Anything is possible when two men get into an octagon or a ring and start throwing punches. So we'll see.
Yeah, and to kind of add on that is one thing that I've watched Conor McGregor's fights is that one thing I've been very impressed with is his hand game. He's a very, very slick guy. I mean, it looks like when he throws, the shots don't look hard, but the impact that they have, and it's like, damn, he clipping guys like that, and it makes, and I'm a fan. I can honestly say I'm a fan. So it's like with anything, Floyd is got to get up just like he does any other fight, and you got to pay close attention to this guy because all it takes is the guy just to nick you with a shot. I go back to the Madonna fight, and he's a guy that was swinging wild and doing different things, and he caught Floyd with a good shot. I don't know if a lot of people saw that. You know what I'm saying? And one shot could kind of change the whole outcome of anything. So, you know, nobody's taking, on this side, we definitely ain't damn sure taking Conor McGregor lightly at all. I know, I've seen him up close and personal and know what he's capable of doing when he touches guys.
How do you think Conor would do in the boxing game regardless of Floyd?
Oh, I don't know. I've never thought about that. I know he's fighting the best that's out there, and he's motivated, and I know he got a good hand game. That I do know.
Danny, you've seen Floyd for a long time, like myself, and so are some of the people who've been around. Floyd used to be the king of trash talking. Now it's kind of Conor, but maybe Floyd. I mean, I think the hype's going to be as fun as it's ever been.
Well, one of the things, you know, and I don't know if I would call Floyd necessarily a trash talker, but one of the things that I always said about Floyd, there was no 24/7 without Floyd Mayweather. I stopped calling it 24/7. I just called it the Floyd Mayweather show. Floyd is very good at when he gives you the opportunity to look into his life. It's exciting. It's fun. It's fun to watch. Floyd Mayweather is a very extravagant, you know, exciting type of guy. He's always doing something cool or spending money. Him and Conor are very much alike like that. You know, they love money and they love buying shit and they love showing it off when they do.
Yeah.
How much money do you think Conor will make with this fight?
I think he's going to do all right. You know, it depends on how many pay-per-views we sell. I think that this will be the biggest pay-per-view event ever. Like I said, not just here, but globally. And everybody who walked away from this deal is happy with the deal. So I think everybody's going to do pretty well.
When did everything officially come together?
Everything's officially together.
Like last night, this morning?
Oh, when? Yeah, I would say really this morning it officially came together because, you know, I talked to Conor today. These guys talked to Floyd today, and I would say today.